Okay, so welcome back to my channel, to our channel. Today we're gonna take a look at the Book of Shadows Tarot. This is a two tarot deck, the As Above So Below. I think you can find them separate on Amazon. So if you only want one deck, you can find it. But this is the two deck. This is by Barbara Moore. Here it is. It comes with a quite nice book, and here they are, the As Above So Below. So first let's take a look at the book. It starts with the As Above, and the meanings of these cards are different. They are not the usual Rider's Waite. They are more on a weekend sense. So this is more, the As Above is more like of a weekend deck. Actually, some of the meanings of the major arcana are changed. So for example, the Empress would be the goddess, the Emperor is the god, the World is the world. What else? The Magician are the elements. I mean, makes sense because the magician knows how to work with the four elements. What else? The Fool is the Summerland, and it explains why the change of meanings, but the meanings are on the major arcana are almost the same. So the Fool will be here, a new life, a fresh start. So it's almost the same. They don't come in order, like the Fool, the Magician, the High Priestess. They don't come in order. So that's kind of confusing. And somewhere there's here you can find the divinatory meaning, so you don't be confused, like on the normal Rider's Waite, the Fool, the Magician, and everything. And it's kind of confusing. There's a part where you find the at least the book is kind of confusing on the way it handles the information. It's a pretty good information, but it's kind of weird. And I don't find, well, there's a list where you find that, for example, the Summerland is the Fool and Goddess the Empress. Then you have, after the major arcana, you have the Court cards, and it's the same. You have Fire, it will be Wands, and then you have Air, that will be Swords, and Water, Cups, and Earth, Pentacles. And here, instead of the Page, would be the Element, and then Maiden would be the Knight, Mother, the Queen, and Crown, the King. And then, for example, Fire, that's the same. It would be Wands, but here it talks about the planets. So it's a different deck as the Rider's Waite. And then after that, it have information about the moon, and then you come to Air, and Air, see, Air has other things. So instead of the Ace of Air, you have Dreams. Two of Air is a Pendulum. Three of Fairs crying. So it's different. The meanings are completely different. So for example, Five of Air, palmistry. It is important that like to know our own strengths and everything. This is different as the usual meaning. So that's the only uh, like difference. It's kind of weird how the book puts the information. So for example, water, you have war, you have healing, love, like I don't know, different things. And then earth, you have ace, you have the human body, you have beach, plant life. I mean, that's the different part with the as above. It's kind of confusing when you try to understand it at first, but I really love this deck. Like, it's pretty cool. What I did here, let me show you. So for me, I have my little notebook with a lot of things, and then I have the as above, and I put like the meanings. So for example, fire, the sun, Mercury, and I have here like a little abbreviation of what it means. So it would be easier for me to find the information, because yes, it is kind of different. So you might do something like that. And then the next deck, the So Below, that's like a normal, the Fool, the Magician, and the meanings are the same. Actually, you can see it's less information. And I don't know if we can have, and here at the end you have some spreads that a new moon spread, the Celtic cross, the big picture spread, I mean, and how to use the two decks, because you can use the two decks together. So actually it's a good book. I really love both decks. But yeah, the first one, the As Above, is kind of different. It's not the normal deck. So now let's take a look. This is the As Above. Let me see if I can zoom this, I think. Or maybe let me see if I can zoom a little bit better this so you can see. There. Is it too much? I think it's too much. Hold on. There. Okay. This is the As Above. I forgot to put them in order. So let me put them in order and I'll be back. Okay, so now I have the cards in order. Okay, so let's start. The Summerland. This is the Fool. Okay, so here it is. This is the back of the cards. I love the back. So you have the three moons. That would be, oh my gosh, the goddess, the maiden. I don't remember, but this is the cardstock. It's good. It's a good one. I like it. Okay, so the Fool, it's the Summerland, and then the elements is the Magician. So you can see how with the Magician, you're in charge of, and you know how, well, you're in charge of the situation and you can handle the four elements. So I like it. This is Wisdom, is the High Priestess. So if you see the picture, for example, here, yeah, you can know here instead, for me, instead of the two columns, the black and the white, Here you have the yin and the yang. So you need to have wisdom in order to use your intuition and balance things and everything. So, but wisdom. The goddess, this is the Empress. And it talks about, here you have like the back of the card, talks about the maiden, the mother, and the goddess. I think it's like that. I don't remember. So sorry if it's not like that. But and then the god, the emperor. I mean, the cards, the drawings, the images are just beautiful. I love these ones. The Book of Shadows is the Hierophant. And I mean, it kind of makes sense. The Hierophant is like a teacher with the values and everything. It's like the Pope. So it makes sense. It talks about the Book of Shadows has all the information and the traditions passed by the generations of witches, if you talk about the Wiccan here. So it makes sense once you look at it like that. And then the Lovers is Beltane. I'm not a Wiccan, so I don't remember the celebrations of the year, but Wiccans you might know. So well, yeah. And then transformation is the Chariot. Spell casting would be Strength. And for example, Strength is, for me, is talks about patience and having the courage to continue doing what you want to do with patience, right? Because it's where you see the woman with the lion. So you need a lot of patience to have control over a lion. And here with spell casting is working with harmony. Like in order to spell cast, to make a spell that works, you need to be like to work in harmony, to have a very good connection with the divine. You are trying to create a change. So it also talks about creating change and mastering yourself. So the meanings kind of change a little bit. If you are a Wiccan, you're gonna love this deck. The Hermit is the path, and kind of makes sense. The Hermit is the person you see like in the snow with a little lamp, and here it's about making your own decisions and seeking guidance from the divine. And you can see here a person here. If I don't know if you can see, if I move it closer, here is an owl. You can see here an owl. So you are like seeking guidance, okay? And you can see here the person, and here is the light, here is the owl. So I mean, just as the Hermit, that it's just going within and meditating. The Wheel of the Year is the Wheel of Fortune, and it's the same, the changes. Maven has to do with justice, and It's the same. I don't remember the story, but I think it's like this person was harvesting and everything, and this one no. So you can see how this, I don't remember, but I think it was something like that. But it's justice. Like if you do a hard work, you can see the fruits, and if you don't see it, then you're gonna be asking for help. Okay. The circle, that would be the hangman. And if the hangman is more about looking at things from from a different perspective, and here is setting boundaries. If you see this person is like inside a circle, so it's creating a safe space. See, inside the circle you create a safe space so you can protect and work your magic. So it's that meanings are kind of different. Yule would be death, and it's the end of something because, well, I think it's the end of the year. So that one. And then Ostara would be temperance. It's the same, I think, the same meaning. Llamas would be the devil, and I think it's the same meaning. Omens would be the tower, and it's kind of the same. You can see like the almost the same meaning. Well, it's the same meaning, but you can see almost the same image. Instead of the tower, you have a tree. Imbolc would be the star. Samhain is the moon, and it's the same. It can be darkness, the unknown, just as the moon, secrets, but it's also about spiritual connection, about intuition. The sun is Lidha, so it's the same. And judgment is, initiation would be judgment, and it's the same. Just for me, this is a person calling her ancestors, so it's just like trying to, what do you say, like doing things on a different way. And then the world is the world. So that was the major arcana. Let me put this away. Now this is where the different things start. So fire would be the planets. The ace is the sun. And then the two of fire, this is Mercury. This is Venus. That would be the three of wands. The four of wands is Mars. And Mars is action. So yeah, the meanings are different. For me, Mars like war. And then this is Jupiter, the five of wands. And this is Saturn, the six of wands. And then Uranus. So you if you know about astrology and the planets and everything, I think it would be easier. I know some of them, like Mercury, communications, Venus, beauty, Mars, it's like conflict, struggle. Um, the 7, this is Uranus. And then this is Neptune. The 8, the 9 is Pluto. These are the stars, the 10, and then we go with the elementals. The elemental, this would be Page of Wands. Maiden would be the Knight, Mother, Queen, and the Crown of Fire, the King. And I think these meanings are almost the same. I mean, for the court cards, I think the meanings are the same. And then we come and see air. The air is the sword, so it talks about communication. And this one, the Ace of Swords, would be dreams. This is the pendulum, the Two of Swords. So it kind of makes sense. I mean, you use the pendulum because you want to know an answer, you're confused, you want to make a decision. So that's the pendulum. Scrying is the Three of Swords. So it's different because the Three of Swords is the heart with the 3 swords. And it's about lust and sadness and depression. And here is more about finding the truth. Like when you're trying to look as the waters, like scrying, you are trying to find the truth. You're trying to look for images. So the meanings change. 4 of Swords or air. This is omens. This is palmistry. And then the familiar. See, you see the cat. This would be I Ching. Meditation. This is runes. Here, you see the runes in here. And then the 10 would be tarot. And then again, the elemental, this would be Page, Knight, Queen, and King. I mean, the images are just beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love the deck. I don't use it that much because I don't know the meanings. So when I use it for myself, I have to come to my little notebook so I can see the meanings because they are different. But, oh, it's very accurate. Very, very, very accurate. Water is the same. Water are emotions. This is the chalice. Love. Creation. Healing. War. The 5 of water would be war. So the meanings are completely different. But oh my gosh, I love this deck. I really do. I should use it more often. The 6 of water would be wisdom and culture. And then justice. This one, magic and transformation. Prosperity. And the other world. I think that if instead of having or just having like the little triangle that means water or something that says water and having here the meaning, for example, the other world would be easier to read, but I love it. This is the page, the knight, the queen, and the queen, and here is the crown. That would be the king. And then I think this is the last one, the earth. These are pentacles. So this is the human body. You can see the human body here. Beach, and it's balance and more like to nurture ourselves. I mean, beach, water. This is plant life. And then stones and crystals. Mountains and waterfalls. This one, the 6, is trees and forest. The sea creatures, or the ocean, but sea creatures. Air creatures. See, they're flying. Land creatures. And a full day. And again, the elemental, the page, the maiden, the queen, and the king. So, I mean, you can, if you want to see how they shuffle, you can shuffle pretty well. I mean, you can shuffle the cards really well. I really love this deck. This is a really nice deck. If you practice Wicca, you will love this deck. But if you are just looking for a typical Rider's Waite, maybe this is not for you. But it's really nice. It's really, really nice. You can read very good with it. It's accurate, like really accurate. And maybe I again, what you might do is just like I did, write the a list of what it means so it would be easier. That's what I did. And on another video, I'm gonna do the Sovilo. So wait for that video. So If you like this video, please subscribe, like, comment, and see you on the next one. Bye.